What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idol. In this video, I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on Expansion 1. They had a live stream on it the other day. We've got some new details. Somebody asked me my thoughts on it, so here we are. I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing. Like, I'm really excited for Expansion 1, but I didn't really care to watch the live stream all that much. I kind of like going into things blind and not knowing a whole lot. Fortunately or not, they didn't really give a whole lot of details. Like, we have a lot of monologue and a lot of talk about it, and they gave us some facts and figures, but they didn't really show us much. And I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in that because, you know, at the very least, I think I would have liked to have seen some concept art or something, maybe something for the dungeons or the Slayer areas or the monsters or anything like that. We didn't get that. We just got a talking session, which is fine. I have nothing wrong with that. In fact, kudos to whoever set that whole thing up. I think it's Straw Hat as the community manager. She did a fantastic job running the whole thing. And Malx and Pratt are very well-spoken. All of them really are well-spoken. Like, I was listening in earbuds, and there was no audio issues. Everybody sounded about the same level. Like, it was a very professionally set up thing. They pretty much started on time. They ran for, I think it was an hour or so, right at an hour, and then they cut it off and they were done. It felt rehearsed. Like, it didn't feel off the cuff, you know, like I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts as I sit here and have to think about things every once in a while. It didn't feel scripted, but it felt rehearsed, if that makes sense. I really like the way they had their concept of it. It felt very professional. It felt very well done. Like I said, the audio was done. The video was well done. It was all very, what I would call professionally done for a Twitch stream. You know, it was better. It was rivaled some of the companies we get streams from. In fact, it was better than some of the stuff we see. So I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's dive into what they actually gave us. So we know we're getting 120 content, level 120. One thing I don't think they answered is whether your virtual levels or hidden levels, whatever we're calling them these days. But I don't know if they ever mentioned whether those are going to count. Like, a lot of my stuff is over level 99 now. I mean, does that just count going forward? I kind of hope they don't, because that kind of, to me, it defeats the purpose. If I can go line up everything at level 120 and then just finish the content when I get there, seems kind of like it's leaving some things to be desired, but I don't know. I kind of hope it just everything picks up from level 99 up, and then we go from there. So we get level 120 content. We get this new Township skill, and I think the biggest thing in there that I don't know if people will appreciate it now as much as it will be in the future, but official cross-platform mod support. I think that is going to be huge. I mean, all the stuff we're getting in this expansion is really cool, and that's great. But cross-platform mod support, not only are you going to be able to take stuff in the Steam Workshop, but you're going to get stuff on mobile, and you're going to get stuff on the website, the web version of it. Like, you're going to be able to have, I don't know, whatever. The sky's the limit. I mean, you could have Melvor Star Wars mods. You could have Melvor Star Trek. You could have, I don't know, Melvor Lovecraft. You know what I mean? Like, everything is wide open, from complete makeovers to just simple additions. Like, people could add skills, people could add weapons. You could do weapon packs. You could do monster packs. I mean, there's so many things that you could do. In a, you know, a little cheat engine type stuff. Like, you can just go whole hog with the thing and take this and modify it in many different ways. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how that turns out. From the actual expansion, that was like a little secret project that we're working on. But from the actual expansion, we're going to get 7 new dungeons, 8 new Slayer areas, over 50 monsters. They were talking about the final boss fight being the final boss. Like, that's it. You go fight that. So it's probably going to be some multi-layered, multi-tiered fight or whatever. But it's just like the one thing you go fight, and there's no other monsters in the dungeon. It's just that. So that'll be cool. They said new combat, non-combat items and stuff, new prayers, new spells, new curses and auras, new lore books. Apparently they've written all the lore up. Like, there is a story to the game. It's kind of your standard hero story, but Apparently this time they wrote the story first, and then they mixed in all the Slayer and dungeon areas after that. So these are based on the lore books you get as you go. And then they said, like it says here, all new Slayer areas and dungeons follow the story. 100 new special attacks, mostly for the enemies, but we get some new stuff too, so that's cool. They said the dungeons are going to be more like Into the Mist, where you can idle the stuff rather than the impending darkness event, which I'm indifferent. I kind of enjoy both styles. Like, I kind of like the more active style, although I have not done the event in its fullness yet, so I don't know if I like it or not. Let's see. They are going to keep damage reduction the way it is. They're not changing anything, but they're going to have monsters that can actually debuff your damage reduction, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I'll try to remember to link this thing in here, but it's all on, they put everything on Reddit. I'm just looking at this on Reddit here. Let's see here. Non-combat stuff, they're also increasing every skill in non-combat to 120. So they're going to receive new content. So that means you're going to have to chop new trees. You're going to have to, look at new stars in astrology, new synergies and stuff like that. All of this stuff's getting it. We're getting new, basically they're taking what is there as a foundation and then just adding more stuff on top of it, pretty much. We're getting one new skill and that's it, but we'll get to that one here in a second here. They did say something about, where's my notes here? I think it was Pratt said they're getting like 90 to 196 new synergies or something like that. It's some crazy high number of synergies that are coming with that skill. Totally lost my mind there. Let me go take a look at that. Summoning. So yeah, so we're getting a whole bunch of new stuff. So they are adding some more tiers to agility and summoning and things like that. Apparently we're getting a pillar, like later on we're getting another pillar for agility. So you're going to be able to keep your level 99 pillar, and then they're adding another one. The big thing that, skipping down, they are not increasing the masteries, which I think is great. We're not going to 120 mastery. We're sticking with 99. So if you're sick of cutting trees up from 99 to 120, that ain't going to happen. They're not doing that, which is great, because that just seems extraneous and a waste of time. Unless they're adding some cool mechanics behind it or something reasonably worth it, it's pointless to do all that. They were kind of, I don't want to say murky or wishy-washy, but they had some answers on this, but not others. So the max skill cape that you get for level 99 is staying in the game, and you're going to be able to continue using it as if you were all level 99. So if you have all level 99 skills, you're going to keep that. They weren't sure what they were doing with the 100% completion cape or anything like that. And the inclusion of Township doesn't mess with the max skill cape. So that's cool. Apparently there's going to be some new things or a new way of dealing with it. I don't know. So once you get in level 99, you're good to go with once all your skills are at 99, you're going to have that skill cape. They have not really specified what else is happening beyond that, but astrology is getting changed a little bit. This one's kind of cool. Instead of being on all RNG based, where everything's just random, apparently you're going to be able to go and pick what modifiers you want and spend your sands the way you want it and align everything. So if you really wanted all accuracy in there, or you wanted all hidden levels or whatever, you'll be able to switch between the two, which I think is going to be kind of cool. Then they're adding new constellations and stuff. And then they talked about some kind of, it's probably down later in here, but they talked about some kind of asteroid or meteorite or something like that. Like you're doing astrology and you see something hit the ground, you can go mine it up and then go back into astrology and use it in some fashion. So that sounds kind of cool. Based on the chat, based on the Twitch chat that was going on, it sounds like it might be something that's already in RuneScape, which, go figure. I mean, the game's based on RuneScape, so no big deal. They did talk a little bit about Township. Township seems like a totally extra skill. So it's something to do with building houses and farms and stuff like that. Like you're building a city, and then at some point, people will say, hey, I need wood for trees, or wood for building houses or something. So you got to go out and cut wood or something. Like they give you a little quest you got to go do. That's in this part 1. So you're kind of going to be setting up your city and making it whatever you want. And then they said in part 2, they want to do city to city combat. Now they said this would be kind of cool, I think, if they did some multiplayer stuff, but they've full out squashed no multiplayer. So there's not going to be any kind of rivalries between your towns or whatever, which, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. There's another game I was playing. It's a shooter game, first person shooter, but it was doing what they call passive multiplayer, which did things in the background and then adjusted things as you played the game. Like if too many people were assaulting a village, they would send more reinforcements to that village and you'd have harder things to kill. It was a single player game, but they had what they call passive multiplayer, and something like that would be cool here, but fortunately they're not doing that. So there's no multiplayer in this at all. So let's see here. The big thing that I was interested in is when this is going to release, and it's Q3 of 2022. It's going to be $4.99 US, which I didn't really care about the money. I didn't figure it was going to cost a whole lot. The main game isn't that much. So pretty much that was it. That's I don't know. That's everything they gave us so far. Like I said, I really didn't have much of a dog in the fight. Like I was interested to see when it was coming out. That's what I really cared about. I was kind of hoping they would say, oh, it's out tomorrow, you know, or out next month or something, but they're still working on it and they're still developing it and it'll be out here soon. I am completely ready for this. I have 100%, of course, this is my standard account, but I have 100% skills. I now have 100% mastery. That is done, and I am out of that. The only items that I'm missing are these 4 right here, and that's all the stuff from the event. The only monsters that I'm missing is the event monsters, and the only pet that I'm missing is the event pet. So I'm pretty well there. So I'm ready to go on that. I don't know. I'm now I can drag my feet for a few months, I guess, if I wanted, but I'm going to fast track this event and get it done, get it over with my standard account. That way I can be completely done, get the max skill cape or the 100% complete skill cape. I got 2 more trophies to get for Steam, and that is the monsters and the pets. No, 100% completion in pets. That's what it is. So, anyway, that will do it for this video. I did enjoy the live stream. I thought it was very well done. If anything, that was like my biggest takeaway was how well produced that was and how well spoken everybody was, how good the audio was. The content in it was, yeah, whatever. It's more Melvor Idol. How can you complain? You know what I mean? But I enjoyed the live stream, and I look forward to seeing what they do more, because it was a bang up job. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.